with 2,000 again.
All right, you worked last time for 10,600 if you're correct. Esteemed Mid Italy is the category. This director is seen here with Marcello Mastroianni, who often played an on-screen version of the filmmaker.
Who's Coppola?
No, I'm sorry. Mastroianni's longtime collaborator, Federico Fellini, who's in that picture. So now you're back to 6,600, where you were a moment ago. Select again.
All right, Sheepish 400.
The animated antics of Shaun the Sheep originally began alongside this guy and his dog, Gromit. Margaret.
Who's Wallace?
Yes.
Being Sheepish Raven.
Trumpets of ram's horns, looking shofar-like, bring down the walls of this city in the King James Bible. Christine.
What is Jericho?
Correct.
Sheepish 1,600.
When paired with out, it means losing one's composure. In sheep farming, it means shearing the head. Margaret.
What is wigging?
Wigging out, you got it.
Billy Sheepish for 2,000.
Measured on the curve, the distinctive cranial features of this wild breed, Ovis canadensis, can reach 4 feet. Margaret.
What's the Canadian sheep?
No. Christine.
What is the bighorn sheep?
It is the bighorn sheep. That's correct. You're in the lead.
Antonyms 400.
The two symbols seen here denote these antonyms on a popular movie website. Christine.
What are rotten tomatoes and fresh tomatoes?
That's correct, yes.
Antonyms 800.
The King James Bible says Christ shall judge them, meaning the living and the dead. Margaret.
With the quick and the dead?
Right.
Antonyms for 1,600.
If you want to own a green snake, you have these two species as options. Your choice will affect your petting experience.
What is venomous and non-venomous?
No. That would affect your petting experience, that's true. In this case, the species are the rough green snake and the smooth green snake. Margaret, back to you.
Antonyms for 2,000.
In Of Human Bondage, an artist requests an opinion and is told, people ask you for criticism, but they only want this. Margaret?
Who's praise?
You got it. Less than a minute.
Stephen Miller for 2,000.
Seen here is an electroscope capacitor from this physicist, born in 1745, who always went with the current. Stefan.
Who is Bernoulli?
No. Christine or Margaret? Went with the current. Alessandro Volta. Margaret, back to you.
Stephen Miller for 16.
On his ship, La Dauphine, he explored New York Harbor and is honored with a structure spanning it. Margaret.
This is going to be done. Who's Arizona?
That's not done, it's correct.
Stephen Miller, 800.
The creator of the Franciscan order was born in this city in the late 12th century. Christine.
What is the CC?
Right.
Blissful Stanzas 2,000.
So being this type of wanderer, similar to Vagrant, and with the same That's correct. And that was important to you because it determined who will be in the lead going into Final Jeopardy. Margaret, you have a $3,000 lead over Christine. All three of you will be very interested, I'm sure, in the category today. Let's see what it will be. The Silver Screen. All right, think about the movies, make your wagers. Back to the clue after this.
Attention, were you exposed to the toxic water at Camp Lejeune?
Congress has just passed the Camp Lejeune Justice Act, which makes billions of dollars available to victims of the toxic water supply. If you or your family were exposed, you may be entitled to a share of that money.
If you live or work at Camp Lejeune, even if you're not military and have suffered any of these serious health problems, call 1-800-485-2700. That's 1-800-485-2700. Meet for 3 small spaces, the most convenient solution to lingering odors in any small space. One for a push activates 24/7 freshness. No batteries, no outlets, no effort, just freshness. For 3 small spaces.
My mom is 81 and she's having trouble walking, taking care of herself. There are expectations. You gotta kind of shut down your emotion and just do what needs to be done. I love my mom, but I need some help.
As someone living with type 2 diabetes, I'm going to keep it real and talk about some risks. With type 2 diabetes, you have up to 4 times greater risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Even at your A1C value is still at risk, which if ignored can bring you here. Or even worse. Too much? That's the point. Get real about your risks and do something about it. Talk to your healthcare provider about ways to lower your risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Learn more at getrealaboutdiabetes.com.
Age-related macular degeneration may lead to severe vision loss. And if you're taking a multivitamin alone, you may be missing a critical piece. Preservision. Preservision A-Reds 2 contains the only clinically proven nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression.
Preservision is backed by 20 years of clinical studies.
And it's from the eye experts at Bausch.
She said they've already settled it. Her dad's helping her out.
Missing piece of your plan.
Like I did with Preservision.
I'll never do that again.
Final Jeopardy.
Help somebody. Does she doesn't mean that. What? But you weren't pretty. You sweetheart. You did, listen. You don't have to.
Shouldn't body lotion do more than just moisturize? Olay Body Lotion with vitamin B3 and collagen penetrates and hydrates to rejuvenate surface cells. It looks firmer over time. With Olay Body, I feel fearless in my skin.
Mark Kelly here with West Texas Exterior. If you're talking about metal roof, replacement windows, or seamless siding for your home, you need to give us a call. It's 748-6777 or see us online at westtexasexterior.com.
Tomorrow,
Truly anything can happen on our show.
relive a close game with Tournament of Champions qualifier Maureen O'Neill.
There is the other news.
Tomorrow on Jeopardy!
We're looking at images on a silver screen for Final Jeopardy today. Here's the clue. He was the first actor to star in 3 films that won the Oscar for Best Picture. Those of 1934, 1935, and 1939. 30 seconds, players. Good luck. We'll start with Stefan Stenruz on the end. Good player who ran the 2 fast buzzer fingers today. He wrote down, who is Clark Gable? That is correct. 1939, of course, Gone with the Wind. 34 and 35. Anybody want to take a crack at that? Happy One Nights. And Leaping on the Bounty. Very good. Between the 3 of you, you got all 3. You will add, Stefan, almost everything. Doubling it nearly 599. Christine Walsh, arbitrary champion, was in second place with 10,600. Did she come up with Gable? She did. Her score will change by 4,000. You are now in the lead by $1,000. It all comes down to Margaret Shelton's questions. Did she remember Clark Gable? She did. All 3 of you got it correct. You're going to be our new Jeopardy champion with $16,600. And I suspect we have not seen the last of Christine Walsh. Congratulations to both of you. Thanks for joining us on Jeopardy, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's my favorite time of year. Lacey was having a sale again. Wow, we're getting good at this. The Labor Day sale. Save up to 30% off throughout the store. Lacey, live life comfortably.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road. Well qualified buyers get 2.89% financing on all Silverado pickups. New models are arriving daily. Secure yours today. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Looking for something to fill up, grab your phone, call your friends, and follow the Most Watched news station on the South News on social. Stay in the know and follow KCBG on Instagram.
It's your favorite easier. Lacey was having a sale on
Wow, I'm getting good at this. The Labor Day sale. Save up to 30% off throughout the store. Lazy Life. Live life comfortably. Life is busy. Don't rest the news. Watch live newscasts on the KCBG mobile app or kcbg.com/live and watch news on your time.
This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 5.
People started finally crawl up under that mountain of debt. They're on top of the rig and utilities.
That's the president's plan after announcing a game changer for those with federal student loans. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Today, President Biden announced that forgiveness is up to $10,000 in federal student loan debt for borrowers making less than $125,000 per year. He also extended the pause on those payments until January.
But while tens of millions of Americans stand to benefit, progressive Democrats say it's not enough, and Republicans call it a handout for the rich that will only worsen inflation. Alice Barr has details from Washington.
A new lifeline to roughly 45 million Americans trapped in student loans.
It's a lot more expensive than what our parents were paying.
President Biden announcing he's canceling up to $10,000 in federal student loan debt for borrowers who make less than $125,000 a year. Low-income Pell Grant recipients getting up to $20,000 in forgiveness.
I finally think I'm buying a home or starting a family or starting a business.
The Biden administration also announcing one last extension through the end of this year in the pause on federal student loan payments.
These targeted actions are for families who need it the most.
The president making good on a campaign promise to address student debt, though falling short of the $50,000 cancellation advocates had pushed for, while pointing to a broader problem.
The lack of state investment in higher education, and so students and their families have had to debt finance to fill in that gap.
Top Republican leaders slamming the debt relief as a slap in the face to working families without loans, arguing it'll only worsen inflation.
You cannot add that to the debt at a time where the debt is at near record levels, and inflation is a huge problem.
The outrage over heavy working people with student loans, I think is just simply wrong, dead wrong.
President Biden insisting that lowering monthly costs for millions will bolster the economy, bringing benefits to society as a whole.
The Biden administration also promising broader changes, like cutting monthly payments in half for undergraduate loans and fixing the program that offers loan forgiveness for people who go into public service, like nursing, teaching, and the military. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Farmers are also going to be getting a break with some financial aid. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has earmarked more than $500 million to fund initiatives for the industry. This comes from two provisions signed into law under the Inflation Reduction Act. About $300 million will go to help farmers, ranchers, and forest landowners who are struggling. The rest is designated for the National Institute of Food and Agriculture's program that focuses on educational opportunities for minority-serving institutions. The deadline to apply for either program is late October.
In less than 30 minutes, Uvalde school police chief might lose his job over the response to the May massacre at Rock Elementary School. Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District is set to make a decision on Pete Arredondo's future. It also comes less than 2 weeks before the new school year begins at Uvalde. Arredondo, who has been on administrative leave since June, has come under the most scrutiny for his actions in the May 24 tragedy. State police had an investigative report in July and criticized the police chief of the roughly 4,000 student school district for failing to take charge of the scene, not reaching the classroom sooner, and wasting time by looking for a key likely to an unlocked door. 90 days after the massacre, there have been no fires.
A A judge is blocking guidance from the Department of Health and Human Services aimed at abortion rights. It involves the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act. That law requires some medical providers to give emergency care to pregnant women even if they can't pay. The agency's guidance states emergency care must also include abortions in situations where a woman's health or life is threatened. HHS added those medical providers would be protected if those actions violated state law. A federal judge in Texas now says the guidance was an overreach beyond the law's purpose.
School board members of a Dallas area district have banned teaching of what they believe would be critical race theory. That was among the policies voted this week by the Grapevine Colville Independent School Board. Other policies include not requiring teachers and staffers to use a pronoun that is different than a person's birth gender. Students will also have to use bathrooms based on birth gender. The school board president said all those policies comply with state law. The ACLU of Texas issued a statement saying the policies, quote, restrict access to an inclusive education.
As the school year starts to get going, parents have a lot on their plates as kids get going. School supplies, lunches, extracurriculars, it's a lot.
But a trend in Texas and across the country could soon be putting students' health at risk. Vaccination rates for school children have dropped across the country. We're not talking about COVID. There are several reasons for this. Some involve the lack of access to health care in underserved communities, but much of it has to do with misinformation that's spreading in suburban areas.
We have 60,000 kindergartners across the state of Texas who are behind on the vaccinations. We have 85,000 children not vaccinated because their parents obtained conscientious objections.
For example, the herd immunity vaccination rate against measles is 95%, which Texas has recently fallen below. The good news is for West Texas, which is above average for childhood vaccinations for the state of Texas.
Turning out our weather, we continue to get a break from the 90s throughout the week.
Let's have the first alert forecast center John's tracking. It could be a trend getting close to 90.
As a matter of fact, going into the weekend, it probably will be, Christine Case. You see that over the next 4 days. First of all, tomorrow's still going to be nice again. Temperatures around the mid-80s, mostly sunny. Taking on the clouds for maybe those light showers off the cap on some today. Upper temperatures, though, a little closer to the 90-degree mark both on Friday and Saturday. And then by the time we go into the weekend, we'll put in a slight chance of storms. Really on Sunday, maybe Sunday and Saturday.